Alright, welcome back to the backmarker update. Today we're going to be looking at the NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Phoenix. We're going to be looking at the winner. We're going to also look at the incidents, the penalties. We'll talk about the backmarker finishes, and then we'll look at points before wrapping up for the day. So the winner for this race was the 81 of Chandler Smith for Joe Gibbs Racing. Not a big surprise there. He backs up his win in Las Vegas, and now he joins Austin Hill with not only having 2 wins, but also having 2 wins in a row. For Stage 1, Chandler Smith won it, and for Stage 2, Cole Custer actually snuck away and won Stage 2 away from Chandler Smith. We'll talk about the backmarker finishes in a bit. For cautions, we had a lap 6 wreck. V4 spun in front of Josh Williams and Jeremy Clements, collecting both of them. Lap 47 was Stage 1, lap 92 was Stage 2. Lap 138, the 15 got loose and hit the wall, so that brought out a caution. And then on lap 143, we had a big giant wreck with the 1, 9, 15, 17, 19, 20, 21, 27, 31, 43, 44, 40, 81, and 98 getting involved. It started with the 7 car of Allgaier getting into Chandler Smith and Riley Herbst. Riley Herbst actually spun in front of all these guys, collecting all of them. The 43, 44, and 81 escaped with little damage, but everyone else, for the most part, had either major damage or wrecked out of the race. On lap 144, there was a red flag for cleanup of the lap 143 wreck. There were a couple of cars that need to get towed. And then finally, in the closing laps of the race, the 7 car spun on lap 195, causing our final caution after he blew a tire and wrecked into the wall, ending his day early. As for penalties in the race, the only penalty of the day was the 39 of Ryan Sieg, who's caught speeding. Early in the race, he was able to battle back and still get a top 12 finish, so good job for him for battling back from adversity. And let's look at the backmarker teams. The DNQ at the bottom left-hand corner. The 38 of CJ McLaughlin qualified 39th, so he DNQ'd the race. He did not make the show, so unfortunate for RSS Racing. 38 did not make it. But their other 3 cars did, and we'll talk about 2 of them in just a moment. But first, let's look at the JD cars. The number 4 of Dawson Cram started 33rd, finished 28 with a +5, good for him. And the number 6 of Garrett Smithley started 38th, started last car in the race, finished 26th with a +12. Great job for him. This should show that JD should definitely keep fielding Smithley full time. He does have 1 more race to prove himself, but I think they should give him 5 more races. And I think that's a good strategy for JD overall. Field Smithley for 5 races. If he does well enough to earn another 5 races, give him another 5 races and just continue. If the next 5 races go poorly, just stop. Just give the car to someone else. As for the 5, Anthony Alfredo started 20th, finished 10th. He runs for Our Motorsports, not JD. A little error there, but he does run for Our Motorsports, not JD. I'll have to fix that later. But he got a +10 on the day and got a top 10 finish, the best finish of the backmarker cars. Good job for him. I think Anthony Alfredo is going to be a playoff contender. He already is a playoff contender early, as we'll see in the points later on. But I think Alfredo is going to make it out of the backmarker category, and I think we're going to replace him with the 38 car of CJ McLaughlin, as CJ McLaughlin has already failed to qualify for 2 out of 4 races this year. So I think the 38 is going to be a backmarker for the next, when we make our 5 races update after the 5th race at COTA. And I think Alfredo will be put in the mid-pack / playoff driver contender ring, and in the backmarker tier will probably go the 38 car. Moving on to SS Greenlight, the 14 of J.J. Gailey started 32nd, finished 19th with a gain of +13. Excellent day. Ties for 3rd place in best gain overall of the backmarkers. His teammate, however, started 36th, finished 38th, got caught up, and just finished 38th, finished last place, DNF'd the race with a -2 for Patrick Emmerling. Terrible start to the day, terrible finish, finished last, so pretty bad day for the 07 team. Looking at RSS, the 28 of Kyle Sieg started 26th, finished 25th. Good top 25 day for Kyle Sieg, got a +1 gain, good for him. His teammate, Blaine Perkins, started 31st, finished 13th with a top 15 finish in that 29 car for RSS Racing. Gets the best gain of start to finish with a plus 18. Amazing day for Blaine Perkins. He's showing he does have some talent on these intermediate oval tracks. The 32 of Ryan Vargas. DNF the race, started 37th, finished 37th, gain of 0. Pretty much the slowest car in the field with that 32 car for Jordan Anderson Racing with a Mike Harmon chassis. I mean, they're just basically here to fill the field, but I do appreciate them because I do want them to run that Mike Harmon chassis full time. As for the 35 of Joey Gase Motorsports with Frankie Muniz, star of Malcolm in the Middles, making his second start of the year. Started 35th, finished 30th, top 30 finish. Good enough for JGM. The team's pretty much a backmarker now after they were dropped by some of their sponsors as Patrick Emmerling moved to SS Greenlight Racing. So this team's in rebuild mode. So getting a +5 on the day is pretty good for Muniz. Shows that he's got some talent and he's got enough skill to run better than his equipment. Moving on to Young's Motorsports in the 42 car for Leland Honeyman. Started 24th, finished 11th, good top 15 finish with +13, ties for third with J.J. Yaley for best gain from start to finish. Good day for Young's Motorsports. As I can say the same thing for good day for Alpha Prime. The two Alpha Prime cars both got a plus in their gains column. 43 of Ryan Ellis started 30th, finished 21st, almost got a top 20 finish, +9, good for him. Brendan Poole started 22nd in that 44 Alpha Prime car, finished 20th, good top 20 day for Alpha Prime with a +2. The 91 of Kyle Weatherman started 14th, finished 16th, -2. Honestly, starting top 15 in a DGM car is pretty good, even though he did get a -2, so can't really fault him too much for getting that 16th place finish. He tried his best, and honestly, getting a 16th place is still pretty good for DGM, but still a -2, so could have had a better day. The other DGM car, the number 92 of Nick Leitz, started 34th, finishes 17th, top 20 finish instead of starting outside of the top 30 with a +17, second place in best gain behind Blaine Perkins with that +18. He is a +17 for Nick Leitz. Amazing day for Nick Leitz, showing that he's got the talent to become at least a full-time Xfinity driver next year. I would pretty much put him in that camp. He's already shown he's got potential. And that's going to do it for our back markers. We're going to move on to the points to recap a little bit about what's going on in our point scenario. Of course, we got our 2 winners up top, 2 wins apiece for each of them. Then we got the 2 SHR cars with Cole Custer and Riley Herbst, both 50 points and above the cut line, so they're pretty safe for now. Jesse Love, the other RCR car, +39, good for him. Already notable teams, Colleague Racing has AJ Allmendinger +28, that's pretty good. JGR, their other full-time competitive car in the number 18 for Sheldon Creed, also +34, good for him. Junior Motorsports has 3 of their 4 cars in the playoffs. Allgaier, Brandon Jones, Sammy Smith, all doing pretty good jobs. Sam Mayer, he is DNF'd 3 of the 4 races this year, so he's down way below in the points. He's got a long road to go before getting back in the points, but we'll see if he gets there. As for Parker Gillerman for Big Machine Racing and Anthony Alfredo for Our Motorsports, 2 mid-pack teams already in the playoffs and contending for those playoff spots. They've both been in there for the past 2 races, so good for them so far. Ryan Sieg in the RSS Ford, only -2, good for him. 97 of SVG for Colleague Racing, -7, good for him. Driver Independent Team of the 51 of Jeremy Clements, -25. And BJ McLeod for his own team, the 78 car, -29, good for him. Alpha Prime cars, solidly in 17th and 18th. Parker Lutzloff in 16th with Jordan Anderson Racing. And then Young's Motorsports with Leland Honeyman in that 42 car. So, I know it's early, but just want to look at the points after Phoenix, just for you guys to see who's doing good and who needs to work a little bit harder to get into the picture here. But overall, that's going to do it for our backmarker update. Like if you like, dislike if you don't, subscribe if you like it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next race. Toodaloo!